This build is so busted. Comparing this with my Titan melee is like POE 1 versus D4.
Right. What's up, guys? Just wanted to give a build overview of my build that I'm playing right now. Playing an Attribute Stacker, playing Gemling Legionary. It's going pretty well so far. I'm obviously using Hands of Wisdom in action and Pillar of the Cage God currently. I dropped an Ingenuity, which helped a lot. I got a nice Black Sun Crest, Mir Invictus with Rarity and Ellie Res to help our resistances, and get some rarity as well. Just got some really good boots with great movement speed, int on them, rarity of course, because unfortunately you need rarity on everything right now. This necklace for now, Astramentus, is way too expensive, so we're going with this with some life, attributes, some cold res, and some energy shield as well. And then the spirit helps with what we're running here. So ingenuity is not necessary for the build. I was using just a rare belt with some reses on it to help cap reses. This isn't necessary either. You could probably just run a good chest piece with some reses and life. This helps a lot, but it's not necessary. I've seen some people running for dragons to help with explosions. If they don't have enough cold damage, black cold damage, and they're not freezing, they run that with the ring. This one, the Pole Kraken, whatever it's called. And then it allows you to pop your Herald device a lot easier. So what I'm running is I'm running all 3 Heralds. I don't think I've seen a lot of people running this, but I'm giving it a try. Herald of Ash you don't need to ignite or anything. No ailment needs to be put on the enemy to proc it. They just need to be overkilled with enough damage, and then they'll explode and ignite nearby enemies. So I'm just supporting that with Fire Mastery for some increased level, so it's level 21, and then Persistence so the ignite lasts longer. I assume that's how it works. Check ignite duration. Yeah, goes up to 4.2. So I'm running all 3 heralds. So my Herald of Thunder has Cold Infusion, Cold Pen, Ice Bite, and Glaciation. So Herald of Thunder procs when I shock someone, and my main skill is doing enough lightning damage that I'm pretty much always proccing it. And then it's going to be doing ice damage, which will help proc Herald of Ice. So that has magnified effect, so it's a bigger explosion. So you see my Herald of Thunder is doing about 800 to 5,700 cold damage. And then my Herald of Ice is doing 2,300 to 24k lightning damage. So it's doing more lightning damage than it is anything else. So we got magnified effect, so we're at about 4.9 radius, which is really good. I've seen it get up to 5.2. I unfortunately corrupted it and got -1. I think I've corrupted 3 of them and got -1 every single time. So very unlucky. We got Lightning Infusion, Lightning Pen, and Innervate to proc more lightning damage, and that's what Ice Bite's here for. So when we freeze, we get more cold damage, and they help each other. Herald of Ash, just for the explosion, not needing a ailment. And then we got Grim Feast for defensives, and Charge Staff is here to use the power charges that we get from Combat Frenzy, along with Resonance. So this says that gain frenzy charges, gain power charges instead of frenzy charges. And Combat Frenzy gives you frenzy charges when you freeze, electrocute, or pin an enemy. So we are freezing, which gives us a frenzy charge, which is then converted to a power charge. So that is how we are getting our power charges. That's a question that is asked frequently for these builds. So with Charge Staff, we consume those power charges and get some added lightning damage and a ranged attack basically as well. It will shoot out the shockwave and it will convert damage. We have lightning exposure, cold exposure, and strip away. So it's very it's helping with damage basically is what it's here for. And electrocute, so we can build up electrocution. So we are putting cold and lightning exposure and increasing those exposures with that. Now this is my main attack skill. It is Storm Wave. We are using Rising Tempest since it's 12% more elemental damage for each skill used recently of a different elemental type. Now this works with these. So this is going to be your lightning, ice, and fire damage. Lightning, cold, and fire damage. So all three are proccing, meaning you're getting uptime always of all three elemental damage types. We have Primal Armament for more weapon elemental damage. Martial Tempo for attack speed. We're getting Rage on hit, which is 3 Rage on hit, which gives attack speed. Attack damage, 1% more per Rage. We can have up to 30. And it also... Oh, it only gives attack damage. I thought it gives attack speed. And then we also have Inspiration to make it cost less. So we're not draining our mana. And here's the weapon, the skill. When we just hold it. So then we have Shattering Palm. We usually use this to make sure that we're freezing. You can also use it to get around quicker. You just click it and you'll teleport to the monster. And then you just right click or use your attack from there, and then you'll get big explosions. So we put Frost Nexus on this, so we put Chilled Ground on the ground. We've got Cold Mastery just for +1 level. And then we have Deep Freeze for increased freeze duration if it does freeze. That's good for bosses. And Execute for more damage against low life enemies. So we'll check the passive tree right now. So as for the Ascendancy, I definitely would suggest getting this first. The quality on gems is a lot for most of them. This would probably be second, then fourth, or third, then fourth. So what I did, I came down here, went to the projectile damage, probably, I mean, this probably won't help either. These are very small nodes and don't really do much either way you go. Because you're going to go to the attribute nodes immediately, and that's where you're going to either get strength, dex, or int, whatever you need most of. Int will give you damage based on once you get your Hands of Wisdom in action. It will also give you area of effect. Dex will give you attack speed here and here. So both give you attack speed. And then strength only gives you weapon damage on your Pillar of the Cage God. So I went over here, get this jewel socket. So I have a gem or a skill swap, weapon swap, that is just a wand and the Crest of Erdura, which has increased cooldown recovery rate. And this is just for blink. So I have a blink here with Ingenuity, increased cooldown recovery rate, allows you to blink around faster with more cooldown recovery. And you just weapon swap there. And that just gives you cooldown recovery rate on all the nodes. And then you come down here, you pick up these increased attributes, increased damage per your lowest attribute. And then I went up here for some lightning damage. With non-crits is lucky. But if you're going crit, I would not use this. Then just getting some pen and chance the shock. And then we're just going along the outside. We go inside here. you pick up these nodes here. This dex node, proficiency, all these dex nodes, and then the attack speed per dex is very strong. More attack speed per dex, so we have it on our gloves, Pillar of the Cage God, our weapon, and on the tree as well. So you're getting a lot of attack speed. I came down here for some damage with heralds, and I think this is doing a lot more than most builds are doing. This 50% increase to cold, fire, and lightning while affected by each of the heralds, and we have all three. So it's 50% all damage, basically. All elemental damage, which I think is very good. I come in here with the quarterstaff, so when I have my quarterstaff equipped, I have these on the weapon set 1. This is some attack speed, and then accuracy rating, crit damage, and some dex. Dex is really all we care about here. And then I went up here for the attack speed and then the freeze build up. And I believe because you do need a freeze for Herald of Ash, or sorry, Herald of Ice, it is good to get freeze build up. I'm going up here, and then we just come down, get resonance. And then we go up here, get ingenuity. There's a lot of ingenuities in this game. Get the ingenuity for the 25 dex. I went up here to get this because I do have a good amount of ES, and it does help. And then here I have a massive ring, which allows me controlled metamorphosis, which allows me to grab pure power, drenched. I did have a lightning quick, and Eldritch Will is another one that you can pick up. It's 2%, or sorry, 3% life mana and ES. And then max energy shield as additional stun threshold. And then we're coming over here and we're picking up Mind Over Matter, which allows us to be more tanky. So we have 2,900 mana that has to get depleted. Then we go through our ES, then we go through our life. So we got 3 things to go through before we die, which this build is fairly squishy. Okay. So for group play, I've been playing with my brothers during group play, and I'll usually swap in this ring for the 70% increased rarity in 10 decks. With ingenuity, that does go up a lot. So I get up to 203% increased rarity with just the 1 ring. It does mean I have to cap my reses with this ring, but I'm able to be the rarity bot, basically. So this is the ring I usually use. It gives me a lot of stats, as you see there, which does give a lot of damage. So we'll go to this and in tooltip, just up to 95k. So I'll do a map real quick to show it off. So I've got this map here. Sandspit, it's got Breach on it, which works perfectly for Herald of Ice and all the heralds popping. It's so satisfying. So here we go. Here's the map itself. Nothing too crazy. Crit damage, crit hit. So if we get hit, we're probably gonna get a crit. So we're gonna go into this map and show off the build here. So I'll usually Shattering Palm in, and then hit that, and you see the lag that it creates is because of all the pops. So we're using our power charges to get the, let's take off the MTX so that you guys can see that. So we have our powered staff, charge staff going. It just adds some more damage and some more range. So we're just going through, and we can off screen. See, I only saw one there. I don't see how they all blew up and I got hit. That's hopefully they're changing that, fixing that in the next patch that they said they would. So we're just going through this map. This is a live map, so I might die. that'd be great. And we were able to just off-screen things very easily. You just walk and throw out your attack every so often. Very easy, very satisfying with those pops. Oh, saw that one. So we're gonna open up this breach here and watch my CPU spike. So we're just going around, going up and down, throwing out the attack, popping big groups of enemies. I'll swap to blink and right click real quick. Do some big pops. Very satisfying, as you can see. Looks like we ran out of monsters. Well, maybe up here? Nice. So that was a good show off of the build. So we'll go back to... So I see people using Upheaval in their Stormwave. It just doesn't seem worth it to me for... So I didn't do any let me go out. I haven't done any testing or anything like that, any research, to see if you can shotgun with it, but it just doesn't seem worth it if you can't. Right, you have enough AoE without it, and with it, it just seems like you're losing so much damage. You're losing 150k DPS on the tip at least. It just doesn't seem worth it. We're doing enough damage with the one wave. We're doing enough damage with the one wave that it's creating enough pops across the screen that we don't need the extra 2 waves. We have enough AoE, I think. So an upgrade for the build that I've been thinking about getting, or trying to get, is a Timeless Jewel with the affected... It changes the Keystone Mastery to 2% of Strength. Or sorry, the Strength bonus, instead of giving you HP, is 2% Energy Shield per 5 Strength, I believe it is. That would make it so I get a lot more ES, and then I would probably spec into CI, just so we... the downside from this is there is no downside. We would have minus 20 chaos res, but we would be immune to chaos damage. So then we could, we'd be immune to a lot of damage that could kill us very easily. So that's my build, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. You can also catch me on Twitch or YouTube. I'm streaming there. I'll put some links up. And then I have a new build I'm thinking of doing. It's a cast on crit original sin. I did buy one for 3 divine. Kind of pricey, but I haven't seen any builds using it. It seems kind of hard to scale, but I think I'm going to try an Acolyte of Chayula cast on crit meteor or comet, I think it's called, with the delirium staff. So we're going to try that one out. You come check it out in the stream, or once I create it, make a video for it. Thanks. See you guys.